OpenAI has a new $100 Pro plan to better match up with Claude. Apple is closing 3 U.S. stores, including the first to unionize. And they said it could not be done, but a maverick hacker got macOS X running on a Wii. It's Friday, April 10th. And here's a quick look at some of the news happening in the tech world this morning from Engadget. OpenAI has closed a yawning gap in its ChatGPT subscription pricing with a new $100 per month Pro plan that slots between the $20 per month Plus plan and the $200 per month Pro plan. An OpenAI spokesperson told TechCrunch that compared with Claude Code, Codex delivers more coding capacity per dollar across paid tiers. So, what's the difference between OpenAI's two Pro plans? Well, the $200 version does offer 4 times the Codex. However, you get the same advanced tools and models with a $100 plan, according to OpenAI's product page. To encourage users to jump in, it will offer double the Codex for a limited time, or 10 times what you get with the Plus plan. Users have been screaming for such a plan for a while now, according to posts on OpenAI's developer community forums. With the launch of GPT 5.2 late last year and GPT 5.3 Codex in February, OpenAI significantly boosted the speed and reasoning capabilities of Codex, giving developers a tough choice between ChatGPT and Claude Opus. However, the sticking point for many power users was ChatGPT's $200 per month price. So, OpenAI no doubt hopes the new plan will convince those on the fence to make the switch. Apple is closing 3 of its retail stores this summer, including its first location to unionize. The tech company said it plans to permanently close Apple stores in Trumbull, Connecticut, Escondido, California, and Towson, Maryland. The Apple Store location in Towson was the first where unionized workers and Apple reached a contract agreement back in 2024. MacRumors published a statement from Apple confirming the closures. The company credited the departure of several retailers and declining conditions at the shopping centers where this trio of stores are housed as the reason for ending operations. Apple said in a statement that the team members at Trumbull and North County will continue their roles at nearby Apple retail stores. Towson employees will be eligible to apply for open roles at Apple in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, which leads the union the Towson workers had joined, released a statement about the closure, saying, Apple's claim that the collective bargaining agreement prevents relocation is simply false and raises serious concerns that this closure is a cynical attempt to bust the union. We are exploring all legal options and will work with elected officials and allies to hold Apple accountable. You may already know that emulators can run Wii games on a Mac, but one developer has flipped that script. Brian Keller now has an ancient version of the Mac's operating system running on Nintendo's 2006 game console. And you may ask the question, why? Well, because they said it couldn't be done. The developer first had the idea in 2013 while a sophomore in college. But they found renewed motivation 5 years ago when a Redditor posted, "There is a 0% chance of this ever happening." So Keller used that as fuel to begin plugging away, feeling encouraged by the anonymous contrarian. Thus began the process of porting macOS X 10.0, or Cheetah, onto a device designed to play Wii Sports and Super Mario Galaxy. Keller noted that the Wii is a phenomenally hackable console, with other enterprising hackers porting Windows 95 and NT, Linux, and NetBSD onto it. Nintendo's system also runs a PowerPC chip, similar to those found in older Macs. Keller wrote, "Given that close lineage, I felt confident that the CPU wouldn't be a blocker." From there, Keller wrote a custom bootloader, patched the kernel, and wrote new drivers. They even got the Wii's USB ports working for mouse and keyboard input. The developer found the process deeply satisfying, especially given the initial doubt. He said, "In the end, I learned and accomplished far more than I ever expected." And perhaps more importantly, I was reminded that the projects that seem just out of reach are exactly the ones worth pursuing. For the technically minded, the developer's blog goes into extensive detail about the process, and full-on mad lads can visit Keller's GitHub to try it for themselves. Thanks for listening. There's more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Steve Dent, Anna Wyshchenko, and Will Shanklin. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Monday with more tech news from Engadget.